Sam stood at his mailbox, squinting at the letter in his hand. No sender. Just his name. Inside, one sentence, typed. Thank you for the tire. Check your mortgage balance. He ran inside, logged into his account, and dropped his coffee. $0. Completely paid off. 3 years earlier, in the middle of a rainstorm, he pulled over to help a woman stranded with a flat tire. She had no umbrella, no signal, and barely any idea how to lift the hood. He didn't ask for her name, didn't charge a penny, just said, "You'll do the same for someone someday." He forgot. She didn't. Hey everyone, welcome to Legacy Tales. Let's begin. Sam was a mechanic in a town people drove through but never into. His shop barely made rent. His house had a leaky roof, and his idea of luxury was 2 hours of silence and a warm dinner that didn't come from a can. But his hands were steady. His word was good. And he never ignored a car with hazard lights flashing, no matter how late or cold or inconvenient. That day, the rain was coming sideways. Windshield wipers couldn't keep up. He was driving back from a canceled client job when he spotted her. A white sedan pulled over just past the curve on County Line Road. She stood outside, shivering, holding her jacket over her head, phone in one hand, completely soaked. He pulled over, flashed his hazards, and jogged up to her. "You okay?" he asked. She tried to smile. "Flat tire. My spares. I don't even know where it is. My phone has no signal, and I don't think anyone's coming." He popped her trunk, found the spare, buried under boxes, broken hangers, and a pair of high heels, then got to work. 25 minutes later, tire changed. He wiped his hands and closed the trunk. She offered him cash. He waved it off. "Just pay it forward," he said, half laughing. "Next time you see someone stuck like you, stop." She nodded. "What's your name?" "Sam." "That's it?" "That's all that matters." He drove off and forgot about it. 3 years passed. Sam's life didn't magically change after that rainy night. He kept working 12-hour shifts in his one-man garage, patched tires, replaced old engines, argued with suppliers who overcharged him for parts. He still lived in the same small house with the creaky floors and flickering porch light. He never once thought about that woman again. Not out of disrespect, just because helping strangers wasn't new to him. It was routine. But on a random Tuesday morning, everything shifted. He walked outside to check the mail, expecting more bills, maybe another late notice from the bank. Instead, there was a single white envelope. No stamp, no address. Just his name in clean black ink. He opened it. Inside. "Thank you for the tire. A promise kept. Check your mortgage balance." That was it. He rushed inside, sat down at the old kitchen counter, logged into his account, and stared. Current balance, $0, 0 cents. His heart stopped. He refreshed the page 3 times. The number didn't change. He called the bank. The woman on the other end pulled up his account, confused. "Yes, Mr. Harmon. Looks like the loan was paid in full. Wire transfer, anonymous, no attached message." He couldn't speak. He just stared at the wall, then whispered, "What tire?" And that's when it hit him. County Line Road, the white sedan, the heels in the trunk, the woman with no signal and no idea how to change a tire. She remembered. And she kept her promise. Sam didn't tell anyone for a week, not because he wanted to keep it secret. He just didn't know how to explain it. Who would believe him? But something inside him changed. He started sleeping better, laughing more, fixing things around the house he'd been ignoring for years. Not because he suddenly had money, but because he finally felt seen. And then, 2 weeks after the letter, it happened. A silver car pulled into his garage lot. Clean, quiet, familiar. The woman stepped out slowly. Same sharp eyes, same calm presence, but this time she wasn't soaked or lost. She walked with purpose. Sam wiped his hands on a rag, already guessing. "You?" he said, smiling. She nodded. "Took me a while to find you again." He shook his head. "You paid off my house. You didn't have to." "I didn't do it because I had to," she said. "I did it because I could." She paused, then added, 3 years ago, I was driving home from a funeral. I was exhausted, scared. My dad had just died, and I was thinking of giving up on everything." Sam's smile faded. He listened. "And then, a stranger pulled over, changed my tire, refused money, told me to pay it forward. It sounds silly, but that moment reminded me that not everyone walks past people who are broken." Sam swallowed hard. She continued, "Turns out I didn't just inherit grief. I inherited his company too. Small tech firm. Grew faster than I could have imagined. Took 3 years, but the day I finally could keep the promise I made in my head, I did." Sam looked down, took a breath. "You didn't owe me anything." "I know," she smiled. "That's why it mattered." Before she left, she handed him another envelope. He opened it later, alone in his living room. Inside was a card. 1 tire, 1 stranger, 1 legacy. "Thank you for not walking past me." And tucked behind the card, a check. Not for a house, not for a favor, but for a new garage, fully funded. Enough to finally expand. Hire help, train others. At the bottom of the note, "You helped one. Now help many." Sam looked out the window, eyes misty, heart full, and whispered, "I guess some kindness rolls further than we ever expect."